is she, honey. No eyeshadow, barely any brows. What's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Krizz'Tina Barrientos, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Like, let's just get it out of the way, okay? Go ahead and pause the video and let's get that out of the way. So if you clicked on this, it's because you are curious about the brand called Typology. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I got a couple of things. From them, and we're gonna test these out today because, honey, I was reading up on them and I was just like, okay, let me see what y'all working with. Now, I do want to say that I am a cake face. I want my makeup to be so thick, but that does not mean that I'm not willing to try out things that are more, I'm not even gonna say natural, but just lightweight on the face for you. First of all, this is a skincare brand founded by Ning Li. Their philosophy is simplicity and transparency. Their mission is premium natural skincare alternatives that are sustainably sourced. And then all of their formulas are French. So what I have from them is the Tinted Serum. It's $38. It's silicone free, vitamin C, squalene, and aloe in the ingredients. I have the Tinted Concealer, that's $30. It has caffeine, niacinamide, corn flour, hydrolate, not sure what that is. The lip oil, which is $24. It has no nanoparticles, sounds good to me, mineral oils or silicones, none of that. So those are the things that I have from them. That's what we're gonna test out. I'm not gonna actually put anything underneath these products today just because I don't normally wear stuff like this and I want to still give it a fair review. That's the consistency. And then they also sent me 2 concealers. So I love the fact that there's a little squeezy tube. I love that. The concealers definitely have a thicker consistency than the serums. So that gives me some hope. Yeah, I like that the products are the exact same shade. Ooh, my skin is washed and moisturized because I like to apply my products with a brush. If you want this to be even more natural, you can use, or even more lightweight on your skin, you can use a beauty blender or your fingers. If you're gonna use your fingers, just make sure your hands are clean. So I'm actually gonna start with the deeper shade and I'm just gonna use it the same way I would any other deep shade, which is to Bronze Tour. And I'm gonna swipe this time just to see the coverage. Okay, wait a minute. That is pigmented. Way more pigmented than I anticipated. Okay, so let me just put some on the other side. And you can definitely shear it out, which is what I just did on this side. This is actually really nice. And I'm spreading it across my face as well. I definitely did not need that much though. That's actually really nice. And the reason why I'm brushing this in instead of tapping it in is because it is technically skincare, which means that if I'm piling it on, it's gonna slide off, it's gonna transfer a lot easier than perhaps it normally would. And I would say that natural makeup has a tendency to wear off faster than heavier makeup because it is so lightweight. The only difference is it's usually a lot more subtle and less noticeable because it's not too far off from how your skin naturally looks, if that makes sense. I'm gonna come up in here. It has an interesting scent. Like, it doesn't smell bad. Oh, really? I feel like I could get away with just putting this on. And you can obviously still see like my hyperpigmentation through. But the fact that it just warmed up my whole face, that's awesome. Okay, so since I have some left, I'm gonna see if I can build on it. And this time I'm gonna spread this kind of evenly. And I am gonna put some on my forehead, but I'm just gonna brush it across my forehead. I feel like one day I will fall into that like natural makeup category or lightweight makeup category. Just right now, it's not really my cup of tea, you know? Like, I feel like aside from some people really just liking natural makeup, I feel like the need for it is born out of necessity. Like, for me, it would be me really not having enough time to do what I like to do with my normal cake. I'm seeing that it is buildable and it's not creating patches on my face. And this is just on top of moisturizer, by the way. It is buildable, but it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't look like, you're not gonna get a super harsh line or a super defined bronzing with this, right? Okay, so now we're gonna move into the shade number 4, and I'm hoping that this matches me pretty good, because that's one of my other like biggest issues with natural makeup is the colors are usually kind of off, because like it's supposed to be so lightweight that it just blends into your skin, and it doesn't usually wind up happening for me. At least not when I look in the mirror. On camera, I can make anything match. So I definitely feel like because I put the bronzer shade, the deeper shade down first, that this looks better. On its own, I don't think I would wear it on its own, the shade number 4. And I am gonna leave some room for me to use these concealers as well, because I do want to give y'all an idea of what they're like. I think if the shade number 4 matched you really well, this would be nice to have just to throw on, like if you wanted to wear some makeup to go run some errands, or even if you just wanted something on your skin for the gym. What are we thinking? How are we feeling about this? Because I liked it before I used the shade number 4. I feel like I was really bronzed, and it just gave me a subtle glow because this is a serum, tinted serum. I'm actually nervous because I feel like if the serum is as pigmented as it was, the concealer is definitely going to be pigmented. So I'm going to take the shade number 5, and I'm going to pull my wig back, and I'm going to tap it on both sides here. That's pretty. I like how radiant this is. Like this, I mean, all of their beauty products are technically skincare, but I like how this is just, it looks wet. I'm always looking for something to bronze tour with that is not drying, and oh, that's beautiful. I'm actually gonna use a different brush for this other concealer in the shade number 4. Honestly, I don't want to put this concealer on. If this shade is anything like the number 4 that I just put on for the serum, I don't think that it's gonna match. And that's what the shade looks like. I'm going to do. So normally with my concealers, I will use a beauty blender, but I just wanted to put this on with a brush just to see what the coverage would look like, because if you didn't know, brushes will apply your product with the most coverage because you're tapping. If you swipe and wipe, of course it'll pull off the product, which would result in less coverage. But let's go ahead and try this with a sponge and see. And this is a damp sponge as well. Yeah, that sheared this all the way out. It's super duper lightweight, but it's not drying, so it's not giving me ash. Like, I don't feel ashy. I might look ashy though if I go outside, we'll see. I personally would have preferred something a little bit more warm, only because I have discoloration around my eyes. And so with the shade being as neutral as it is, I would actually have to apply more product to get the kind of coverage that I like, that I'm comfortable with personally, in order to conceal them. And if I'm not mistaken, they only have 6 shades in each skin product, okay? So we only have one more product left, and they sent me options. So this is the lip oil. I'm just gonna shake this up, and it has a wand on it. Okay, cool. This is in the shade Coral Orange. Okay, I know this says lip oil, but it feels like gel, and I appreciate that, because formerly lip oils were literally pigment and oil, and I was not a fan. So I appreciate that they made this one a little bit more gloss-like. It's really, really natural, like really natural. And it's only slightly buildable. I don't see myself getting any more color from this than what I've got going on right now. She's giving natural. Who is she, honey? No eyeshadow, barely any brows. And we're doing the darn thing. I'm gonna leave this on for as long as I possibly can. Not literally, but just like until I feel like washing my face. I'll check in with y'all throughout the day and let you know my thoughts and opinions on these products from Typology. It is 12, hold on. It is 12:42 right now. Y'all see sus on?
But preventative care is...
Okay, y'all, so hi. I said I was gonna do this review vlog style. It is 7:21 right now, and I'm in my kitchen, okay? But anyways, I wanted y'all to see how my face looks. So this is what we're giving at 7:21. I don't really feel like my face has changed that much. I mean, the product itself, like I mentioned, was really radiant when I first applied it. It's super lightweight. Like if I wasn't determined to remember, I would definitely forget that this is on my face. I mean, obviously there's like some creasing there, but I have wrinkles, you know what I mean? Those are wrinkles. There's nothing that can be done about that. I do feel like the concealer might have oxidized a little bit. Mind you, I did not set this. I didn't put anything under it. I didn't put any powder on top, and I didn't use any setting spray. I do feel like the concealer oxidized a little because it's not nearly as neutral or ashy as I said it was when I first put it on. But let's go take a look in my special lighting. As you can see, the lip oil is definitely gone. I was eating Samoa cookies while I was editing my vlog. Like, there's not really much of a difference other than the fact that I'm still very much radiant. I said in the kitchen I didn't feel like my face changed at all, but in my T-zone, like right up in here, I definitely got a little bit more shiny, at least in my opinion. So with no setting powder, I say this is doing pretty good, and there's no creasing in my smile lines. So like I mentioned before, this is completely out of my comfort zone. I do not do lightweight makeup like on myself or for myself at all. So I really don't know what necessarily you guys would be looking for those of you who kind of want answers. But I will say this, it's very lightweight, super minimal coverage. Unfortunately, there's only 6 shades, so you might have to mix and match or use less or more of whichever shade is supposed to be assigned to your complexion type. Out of everything, I mean, I think that this is a pretty good product, especially since it didn't crease in my smile lines at all, which is crazy to me. I don't know how this will perform with powder. I imagine that because it's so radiant, the powder might mix in with the product a little bit more, causing it to move, or you'll be shiny later on in the day is my best guess. But I don't think that anyone who wears lightweight makeup really minds touching up here and there, because I mean, you're not doing as much for a reason, so it's not that bad. Out of everything that I used, I would say that my favorite would have to be the concealer. I like the coverage, I like the color, number 5 specifically. And I'll definitely be testing this out with my regular foundation products that I like to use, foundation and base makeup products that I like to use. I also really like this. It's just, the packaging is super cute. Like, it's irresistible. It looks like it could be perfume or maybe even some nail polish, but it's literally a lip oil. And I like that it's one of those products that I can slap on and not really have to worry about like what my lips look like. Does that make sense? You know, normally with lip products, especially if they're really pigmented, you kind of have to look in a mirror, and this is one of those products where you don't really have to do that. Just rub your lips together a couple times and you're fine. So comment down below and let me know if there's any questions that you have about the Typology brand in reference to the products that I've tried today. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me test differently. Like, do you want to see me use it with primer? Do you want to see me use it with powder? Do you want to know how it functions with full coverage makeup products? Let me know and we can test it out, most likely in a YouTube Shorts video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with your homies. And there should be a new vlog up if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and take a look at that too. Bye!